that one of the best ways to relax is to sit on the couch and watch television. While this routine almost seems natural to us, recent studies from the Australian Bureau of Statistics shows that too much TV time might actually decrease life expectancy. According to the study, people who watch an average of 6 hours of television a day live 4.8 years less than those who do not watch any at all. Even more shocking is the fact that for adults, after the age of 25, every year of television accounts for 22 minutes fewer in their life expectancy. That's about 134 hours lost every year.
I watch about 3 hours of TV a day.
I watch about 3 to 4 hours of TV.
If I found out that watching TV would cut my lifespan, I would definitely stop or slow down.
I would do the same.
Though it seems like time is lost, the good news is that it's reversible. With just a minimum of 20 minutes of exercise a day, that time can be reduced. So it's time to put down the remote and go out for a walk. Reporting the Health Beat for WBLN, I'm Nestor Montoya.
Each year, the 7th grade students have the privilege to celebrate a special day with their grandparents. For many years, this day has given students the opportunity to bond with them and share a full day of activities, including breakfast, mass, and a game of bingo and dominoes. Have you been having fun at Grandparents' Day?
Yes, I've been having a great time so far.
And what would you say is your favorite part so far?
Well, I think my favorite part is spending time with my grandparents and playing dominoes.
The fun-filled day event ended with a delicious lunch in the cafeteria. I'm Nestor Montoya reporting Grandparents' Day for WBLN.
Hey Belen, I'm Nestor Montoya, and welcome to the very first segment of Urban Eats. So I'm really excited because I get to take you guys to some of the best restaurants where I think you can find some awesome tasting food for great prices. For today, we're going to be featuring Mo's Southwest Grill, which is one of my favorites. So let's come on inside and see what's cooking. Alright, so I just finished ordering the John Coctesan Quesadilla, which is definitely one of my favorites. And I ordered it with steak, black beans, cheese, and pico de gallo. And how more original than a side of chips? And what goes best with chips? Salsa. So I'm about to take my first bite. I'm really excited. Really good, guys, really good. Well, I'm really stuffed, and I know I had a great meal, so next time that you guys are in the mood for some delicious, fast Mexican food, come on over to Mo's, where you guys are always welcome. I'm Nestor Montoya reporting for WBLN. Tune in next time to see where our next Urban Eats will take us.
From the studios of the Belen Jesuit Communication Arts and Multimedia Center, this is WBLN, your news.
Buenos días, Belén. Bienvenidos a esta edición especial de WBLN en español. Yo soy Nestor Montoya y estas son las noticias de hoy, 27 de octubre. En noticias internacionales, un grupo de mujeres yemenitas quemaron ayer sus velos en protesta al presidente Ali Saleh. Las rebeldes, como son llamadas en el país, reclaman que el presidente de la nación no demuestra el respeto adecuado hacia las mujeres y viola sus derechos humanos. Recién han surgido más de 60 ataques en contra de las mujeres en la ciudad capital de Yemen. Usando a la recién ganadora del premio Nobel, Tawakkol Karman, como inspiración, miles de mujeres viajaron a la capital y le prendieron fuego a sus velos. En las noticias nacionales, nunca ha sido más importante obtener una educación universitaria y a la vez nunca ha sido más caro. Esto dijo el presidente Barack Obama cuando reveló un plan desde la Universidad de Denver, Colorado, ayer para darle a los jóvenes un alivio del pago de sus préstamos estudiantiles. El plan de Obama incluye acelerar una medida aprobada por el Congreso que reduce el pago mínimo requerido de los préstamos estudiantiles de un 15 a un 10%. Además, la Casa Blanca confirma que bajo este plan, la deuda restante sería perdonada después de 20 años. Alrededor de 1.6 millones de personas podrían verse afectados por este plan. No se pierden la Feria de Lenguas Modernas esta noche, comenzando a las 7:30 de la tarde. Esta exhibición incluye los proyectos que los estudiantes terminaron en sus clases de español. Además, habrá música, actuaciones especiales y numerosos platos tradicionales. No deje de asistir a este evento que se llevará a cabo en la Galería Saladrigas esta noche. Esas personas que no se tomaron las fotos de escuela el mes pasado tendrán otra oportunidad la semana próxima. El jueves 3 de noviembre, los fotógrafos de Herf Jones estarán en la galería de nuestra escuela durante las horas de almuerzo. Si usted no se tomó las fotos o si quisiera ordenar un paquete adicional, por favor dirígese a la galería el jueves de la semana próxima durante su hora de almuerzo. Para más información, contacte a la señora Collins en el salón C206. Y ahora vamos al Centro de Noticias Locales con Francisco Verdesia.
Let's move on to the News Center with Nestor Montoya and the Community News.
Thank you, Nicholas. On the club agenda for today, the Biomedical Engineering Club will be having a meeting today. Please meet in room D126 on the first floor near the central patio. All members must attend. High school students interested in participating in the Creative Writing Showcase on April 19th, please contact Mrs. Sosa in room G206. Those are your community news. Back to you, Nicholas.
Thank you, Nestor.
What does Facebook and saving lives have in common? If this question would have been asked a year ago, the answer would be unknown. However, recently, Facebook has teamed up with Donate Life America to help promote organ donations. Today, more than 114,000 people in the U.S. are awaiting organ donations. According to organdonor.gov, each day an estimated 79 people receive organ transplants and 18 people die awaiting organs. Facebook co-founder Mark Zuckerberg wants to change that, as he announced last week that the popular social networking site will help solve this crisis by allowing users to volunteer on their profile pages as potential organ donors in the United States. Although this simple act seems small, in the future it can make a difference, as there are over 116 million Facebook users in the United States alone. I'm Nestor Montoya reporting the Health Beat for WBLN.
From the studios of the Belen Jesuit Communication Arts and Multimedia Center, this is WBLN, your news.
Good morning, Belen. I am Nestor Montoya, and this is your news for today. In international news, Venezuela's political climate has been disturbed when current President Hugo Chavez was challenged by 39-year-old Enrique Capriles, who is the current governor of the state of Miranda. Capriles has taken Venezuela's political scene by storm. Recent polls show that Capriles is the only other candidate in opposition to beat Chavez in this year's election on October 7th. Capriles has sought to unify the opposition and to appeal to the different constituencies. In national news, 10 states, including Florida, Indiana, Kentucky, Colorado, and Georgia, have been freed from the No Child Left Behind Act. This act was signed by former President George W. Bush in 2001 and required all government-run schools receiving federal funding to administer a statewide standardized test yearly to all students. The results of the test determined whether the teachers had taught the students well. According to CNN, in exchange for the form of leniency, the states that are no longer under the act have agreed to raise standards, improve accountability, and undertake essential reforms to improve teacher effectiveness. At a White House event attended by teachers and superintendents, Obama elaborated on why he made the decision, stating that if the schools are willing to set higher standards, then he would give those schools the flexibility to meet those standards. Juniors who want to participate in the Xavier Experience next Friday need to sign up by bringing their parental permissions to the campus ministry office beginning today. Tuesday, February 14th is the last day to sign up. And now let's move on to the News Center with George Moulet and the Community News. Good morning, Belen, and welcome to the televised debate for the Student Council elections. My name is Nestor Montoya, and I will be the moderator for this event. Today, we will be carrying out the debate for the vice presidency. And here are the candidates for Vice President of Student Council for the 2012-2013 school year. Mr. Andres Smith, Mr. Nicolas Valdez, Mr. George Treyes Cabarrocas, and Mr. Javier Martinez. Earlier today, we drew numbers from a hat to decide the order in which the candidates would appear and answer the questions.
Welcome, candidates. You will each have 1 minute to introduce yourselves and give the viewers some information about your platforms and your goals for the position of Vice President. When I ring the bell signaling the time is up, you must stop speaking. You may use all the time until the bell rings or end earlier if you prefer to do so. Let us begin with Mr. Smith. You have a minute to introduce yourself, starting now. Thank you, candidates. You have just witnessed the debates for Vice President of Student Council. Tomorrow we will be airing the debates for Office of President of Student Council. You can catch all of your candidates again live in a town hall meeting this Thursday at 3 p.m. in the Roca Theater. This meeting will be in a question and answer format, and the entire student body is invited to participate. I'm Nestor Montoya, and thank you for watching this special edition of WBLN Campaign 2012.
And now, the weather with Nestor Montoya.
Thank you, Anthony. Good morning, Belen, and a very happy Groundhog's Day to all. All week long, we've been anxiously awaiting to hear what Punxsutawney Phil had to say about the winter, and today at exactly 7:25 a.m., he shared that news with us.
Phil proclaimed, as I look at the crowd on Gobbler's Knob, many shadows do I see. 6 more weeks of winter it must be.
As you can see, there will be 6 more weeks of winter according to Phil, but what does that exactly mean for us here in South Florida? Absolutely nothing, because for today we should be seeing a high of 81 and a low of 71, and as for tomorrow, a high of 80 and a low of 71. That's your weather for today. Back to you, Anthony.
Nestor Montoya begging us to ask the question, what exactly is a groundhog?